Your favorite artists. New music discovery. Candid conversations, unfiltered. Loudmouth, little lady, lots of music history. Broadcasting live from New Jersey, it's the Carr Stereo Podcast with Terrie Carr.
One of my first guests on my new Carr Stereo Podcast. I am so excited because not only is he an awesome talent, but he's a really good friend. And I'm so happy to have you. It's Jared Weeks. I call you the voice of Saving Abel because I can never imagine Saving Abel and all of those great, I'm going to call them radio hits, without you. So thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Well, I appreciate you having me. It's so hard to keep a straight face when you're being introduced. And it's like, what do I do? I don't, hi, hey.
Do I look? Do I wave? What do
I
I do?
Like, is this a sincere moment? No, you've always been a really good friend to me. I mean, especially over the past few years when I've got to come up there and we did the adopt a dog performance or whatever. I love animals like all day long.
I know you guys do. You
I'm
and the whole
allergic to a
fam.
few, but I don't care. I'll hug them anyways. But yeah, so I really appreciate you having me back. You've always been really cool, even to my wife. Like you and her talk like a month can go by.
I love the Nixter. Let me tell you, for those of you who may not know, Jared's wife is super duper awesome. She's the most she's so smart. She's so warm and engaging. So if I want to talk to Jared, I literally hit up his wife. And
wife/manager. Yeah.
The Nixter is awesome. She's just a great person. And people love doing any kind of business because you and me do business.
Right.
Let's face it. You're here to promote something. I'm here to help you promote something. We love doing business with good people.
Yeah. I love people. That's
good people.
Absolutely. That's why, it took me 35 years to realize what you just said. Good people. It's important on who you surround yourself with,
Well, there's no question about that. I wanted to talk to you. There are days where you needed me in the past. Now is a time where I need you. And I will tell you why. First of all, we've got some new music. That's what we're here to talk about. But I want to do kind of a Saving Abel timeline, a 101, if you will.
All right, let's do Terrie.
You got the small town kids.
Yeah.
Forming the band close to 20 years ago.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Right. You're freaking out.
Yeah.
You hook up with producer Skid Mills, who's done a lot of cool bands, Saliva and 12 Stones and Pop Evil and stuff. Addicted is picked up by local radio. And then just to make a long story short, shot out of the cannon.
Absolutely. Jason Flom signed us with Capitol Records back in the day.
Yep. And Jason Flom is not like just a record.
He owns the label.
He's the guy.
Yeah, he's the
guy. He heard it, right? And said, I'm signing you guys.
Right.
So radio hits, tours, again, shot out of the cannon. How old were you then?
I was 23 years old when I took my first plane ride from Memphis, Tennessee to Los Angeles.
Wow.
I went to see Jeff Sosnaw, I think, at Interscope. And like I said, I didn't know the world was even bigger than Mississippi other than, the History Channel on TV. But I get out there and I have on this, those baseball quarter T-shirts, like the sleeves are down to here. I had a camouflage one with a buck deer on it. And I had like some black pants on and this little fedora. Like the fedora thing was something I bought when I got to LA, so I was like, oh, okay, this is cool.
You were styling.
Yeah, or at least trying to, and this was back in probably 05, 06, maybe 07. So I get there and I walk in and I'm talking to Jeff and I think one of the responses he gave me was just, nah, you're too Hollywood. You look too Hollywood.
You were too Hollywood from Mississippi. He thought you were Hollywood?
I looked at my shirt and I'm like, but I bought this at Walmart. It's camouflage with a buck deer on it. I'm like,
oh my God.
But yeah. So a few months later, Jason is the one who picked us up. And
smart guy.
I've changed after that, obviously.
Smart, smart, smart guy. What do you remember the most about those early days?
Looking back, I remember, like overnight, like my life was completely changed. And like growing up, I didn't get to listen to rock and roll. Non-secular music wasn't, my family, Christianity, religion, all that.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, I learned to sing in church. Like my mom was a choir director, my grandmother played the piano, my uncle played the harmonica and guitars and drums. Like we had a whole band. I mean, we could have been the Partridge Family.
So that's where this comes from. Because I
Yeah, I
hear a lot
learned to
of this.
harmonize. I
I
learned to
hear this
harmonize.
with you. It all comes from the heart, the chest,
Yeah, it's
the
the only
gut.
place I know to deliver it from, like honestly,
Yeah.
because that's where it was instilled at a young age. Like I learned I learned harmonies at a real young age, and I learned that I could do it. And I really wasn't like intentionally, well, I'm going to try to sing. Music was just always around me, so I was always humming a melody or singing in my head. Like even at that moment, I don't guess I realized how close to music I was, or how
When
close.
did you know you could sing? When did you know that, I can do many things well? Singing is not one of them. So you kind of know when you have that talent to sort of deliver, taking it to church, as we just talked about. When did you know that maybe you could make a living doing this?
Well, make a living is different from dreaming. I first started singing. I wrote a song with my buddy Kevin, um, and it was a song called "I Will Follow You," and we played it at my uncle's church. So that was the first time I ever performed a song. Yeah, it was even before I was a senior in high school. Yeah.
Wow.
So that was when I know. I mean, and obviously, we're at church, so I'm not looking for, egos and all that, but you do like recognize the attention you're getting. And obviously, I felt, well, this should be part of my life. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you're getting it back.
I'm gonna keep doing this. Um, but I went to a few different churches during high school, and I did a lot of the music groups and the church stuff there. The youth group, the youth pastor with the chain wallet and the Taka mini guitar. I did that for a while. I mean, I sort of always knew that I could carry a melody, a tune.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like, oh my God, did you hear that, dude? I'm amazing. It's like Christina Aguilera. After a while, you're like, okay, we get it. Yes, we know you can sing. But there was a moment in my life. I was 17 years old, and I think we've even talked about this before because it's one of your favorite people too. But I was at the Mid South Fair in Memphis, Tennessee. I was 17 years old, and blues was kind of like I said, I didn't get to listen to any rock music or anything, just Christian. And so sliding into there, my mom, was more acceptable to listen to blues, or at least I felt.
Mama.
Well, it's like, Mom, it's not like Kiss, it's, Stevie Ray Vaughan. And she's like, well, okay. So, so that's when I discovered Kenny Wayne Shepherd. And boy, I was just blown away by this guy. So my uncle and my aunt took me and my buddy Kevin to see Kenny Wayne when I was 17 at the Mid South Fair in Memphis, Tennessee. And there was a moment during that show, like I could just look above the crowd and I could almost see it, like you see colors, but like I could feel definitely, but this energy that just 2 and 3 feet above the crowd, like I was just, holy crap, what is this going on? What is taking over my body? And it just blew my mind that with each stroke of the guitar, with each note that he played, like he controlled everybody's movement, everybody's feelings, like it was just this energy, and I was just sucked into it. That was when I pointed at the stage and said, "That's what I want to do."
That
Uh,
was your moment.
that was
Yeah.
my
We,
moment for
we we've
me. Yeah,
talked about that in the past.
yeah.
And seeing two people, Kenny on guitar and then Noah doing the
Oh man,
vocals,
absolutely.
between the two of them, I mean, you're talking about a double shot of
The All
inspiration.
Star thing, and I got to watch them with Chris and Tommy from Double Trouble, like Stevie Ray.
Oh, my favorite. I've had them in
It's
studio, radio studio with
amazing.
the two of them. Chris Layton and Tommy Shannon.
Tom
You're just
Shannon,
like,
yeah.
oh my God, it's mind blowing to see those guys.
Back then I was like, well, it's not Stevie Ray Vaughan, but it's his band and the next best
It's
thing. So,
pretty dark
like, for
close.
me, I was like, I'm cool.
And that whole feeling of Kenny seeing them
Oh
when he
man,
was a kid, when his dad, Ken Shepherd, was booking the
put him on the
shows,
amp, put him on the amp side stage of Stevie Ray
unreal,
Vaughan. He's just sitting there watching Stevie. I'm like, geez, yeah,
unreal,
that
just
was a moment.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful moments. So Saving Abel takes off. Everything is like crazy. Shot out of a cannon. Shows.
So we
We
got real
met
lucky with the first single, "Addicted," out the park. First
out the
single.
park, and you and I had met way back in 2010, I think it was, and that was our first kind of meeting. And I've had you on the air and stuff, and then you leave. It's 2013 ish, and then you come back, and so there's my point being there's peaks and valleys.
Yeah,
Not
absolutely.
not always been easy, and certainly not always been easy for you. As you know, you've got the voice on one side and the other guys on the other side. You've always remained so positive. And you also were very open about, look, I've had struggles in the past. You've talked about addiction, you've talked about mental health, you've talked about a lot of things. How is it that you can stay so positive in the face of adversity and all of these peaks and valleys? Because it's very hard when you get kicked down to keep getting back up.
Well, that's one thing that about me. Like even when I was a kid, I've been really resilient. If there's something I want, or like I'll always get back up, no matter what it is. I will always get back up because I was taught in life, like, hey, we're human. As long as you don't give up, as long as you keep pushing, like everything's gonna be okay. Like this is life. And it was when I had to leave back in 2013. There was a time in my life I couldn't, honestly function. I couldn't even wake up
And you've been very open about that.
without
You've
being
spoken
drunk or
about
high.
that
Yeah,
in great depth and
detail.
length,
Yeah,
and it's hard. I'm a very private person, so when people are able to put it out there, I have such a high level of respect for people who
yeah.
can do that. I'm hoping as I age to be able to do that more, but I've had such a great amount of respect for you for doing that because I think it matters to other people.
Well, if you want to know a secret, like those Facebook posts that I make, when I just keep telling people to keep pushing, and because I see the looks on people's faces every single night at my shows, and I know the look. It's the look of people who have spent their life and their time, too much time on the black couch of depression, or the circle of life, or of course life's this way, and of course this sucks, and I've been there, and I just feel if you're looking for flat tires, that's all you're ever going to see. And so I quit basically. Sorry, my ADHD. I get a squirrel. I'll go from A to B real quick. But what was the question again? I forget
Well, I
where I
was
was going.
asking
I've
how
got
you
so many
stay.
stories wanting to
Well, I was
flood.
asking how you stay so positive because I think
Oh yeah,
it can be really
okay.
tough.
So the secret that I have, like all those positive posts on Facebook,
Yeah.
when I wake up in the morning and you read some of those posts, I do that and I tell y'all the things that y'all say y'all need to hear to keep going, and be positive and always hope for something and stand up for yourself and keep pushing, like, because I need to hear that. I'll wake up feeling depleted. I'll wake up just, just not in a good way. And I'll sit here, and I do it in the mornings because I like to get my head right before the day goes on. But I'll sit here, and what I want someone to tell me, I'll make a post about and tell them. And the fact that they come on and the comments they make, the way they connect with each other, the kindness that they show each other, like it helps me for the rest of the day. Like y'all think I'm doing that for you, like, but seriously, sometimes it's because I'm having a bad day and I need it. And it's so amazing to me how here I am trying to help you guys, but in return, it helps me. And like, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but like when you've got something good, what's the first thing you want to do? You want to give it away. And I have found that some of my greatest joy in life, that hole that I was trying to fill my entire life, childhood trauma, all that stuff, the drugs, the alcohol, I never could feel it. But I've noticed as I help and I'm trying to be genuine and authentic, like in return, I get pure concentrated joy back. And that's what fills that hole with peace. Um, and so like and it's I've had to do it a lot over the past 5 years. Like I've only been sober 5 years. And I've been in therapy, like all that stuff, and it has literally been life changing to me. There was a moment in the George Floyd video back in COVID where, I used to hate when people would say, "Be the change you want to see in the world," and I'm just like, "Be the change you want to see in the world." But when I watched that video of George and man, it just broke my heart. Like the man was crying for his mama. And it was during COVID, so I didn't have anything else to do other than work on myself. But that's when I started, like if you want to see a change, you have to change from the inside out. Like you have to. You can't sit around trying to change other people or telling them how to do it without you doing it yourself. Like so I started digging in on myself, with the therapy. Yeah, we would do Zooms and phone calls and stuff, but I started doing the shadow work. I looked at all the things that I was guilty of, ashamed of, afraid of. And I sat down with those things, and time after time, I healed with them. Uh, and I just slowly started seeing my life and that hole being filled with peace. And I started loving myself more, and which in return, I started setting up more boundaries, which in return helped me decide who to surround myself with. So, back making a full circle back to the point, like it is important who you can't change the people around you, but you can change the people around you. So that's kind of how I took it. But
It is such a great mantra for people to empower themselves. I mean, you empowered yourself. And I think in life these days, that's all we have.
yeah, we spend so much time looking outside for the answers. And honestly, like I guess you can quote me saying this, but like if you turn inwards and you start dealing with things, you'll find every single thing you need to know about life. And I didn't know that until I started doing it. And I mean, you'll definitely start loving yourself more, but you'll start finding stuff out about yourself, which in return are the beliefs that you're holding on to, are they limiting you? Like, or can you let go of those and move forward? Like, there's just so much. It's it's just a really it was hard work at the beginning, but now as every single day, like I try to center my focus back to I'm a loving, kind person, and and I believe that we're here to serve each other.
Like when I see your posts, you empower me, and they've been very, very inspirational. So that's why I brought it up. And if you're not following Jared, please do, because you will feel empowered as well. And I know the journey that you've traveled, and it's not always
Yeah,
been easy. So
it's not.
seeing you be able to um, embrace it and go deep within yourself.
Yeah, it's been a whole new experience for me, especially over the past couple of years with the dynamics and the changes in the band that we've dealt with. But the experience for me, like honestly, the thing about life is it's meaningless. Meaning, it has no built-in meaning. Meaning, we get to decide what has meaning in our lives.
Yeah.
And a lot of people could have looked at the situation I was in and said, well, this is the most horrible time in my life. But I tried not to do that. I spent all my time turning inwards, learning and growing. And honestly, I don't think I would take it back or have not gone through this experience because I mean, I'm proud of myself. I love myself even more. I mean, my communication with my wife and my family's better. Like, it was good for me.
Yeah.
I think it brought me to the place that I am now, where I can mentally, the capacity, accept the responsibilities for a bigger and better life.
And that's what I see in the music. I mean, there's some great new music to talk about. And I love that it's like heavier music.
Yeah.
There's a real grit to this. Let's talk about Keep Swinging first.
All
Um,
right.
super, super heavier vibe. But still that with the heavier vibes, I call it the dark and the light, because there's still
Yeah.
that great,
It's a
beautiful
contrast.
melody and
Yeah.
you taking it to church with your vocals. Talk to me about putting together that song.
So Chris Klontz, he's a guitar player for Decipher Down, or was, but he has one of Dorothy's latest singles as well. But he came up with that nasty riff. He has
So
been
good. Oh my
so
gosh.
good on that. I wrote that with Chris and Skid. But I mean, at that point in my life, this was in the past couple of years. I was writing about fear and the things that it could do in your life. But I'd also had an experience in the past couple of years where I had to go through a situation where my biggest fear was being alone, and I had to take a completely different band to a different country, because of the COVID vaccinations and all that, and some had and some didn't have. But I felt alone, but I literally went there and we had the greatest time. And there on stage, I noticed, I was like, some of the greatest things in life are on the other side of fear. The keep swinging, keep pushing, obviously, but that's why it says, fear is a lesson served best with no words. It fuels the regressions of things that we were. So if you walk around, fearing the things, especially the good things in life, but for me, it was always a habitual circle when I got in that mindset to where the old habitual behaviors would come back, the
Mm.
regressions of things that I was. So anyway, so the chorus about that, it's basically about, one of my things on Facebook with my post. I've been saying it for years. I just always say, keep pushing. That's all I would say to people, just keep pushing. And one day somebody was like, you should put that in a song. And I was like, on it. And that was what we ended up coming up with was keep swinging, keep pushing. I wanted to call a song "Keep Pushing," but Skip was like, "I think we should call it Keep
I
Swinging."
like Keep Swinging. I think he made a good choice.
Yeah,
Video is great too.
that
It
was
shows
cool.
just a great performance and
Yeah,
you in your element. Just a super song. I love Dodged a Bullet too.
me
Um,
and Dave wrote that at the Mandalay Bay last. I can't remember 2023. It was at the Mandalay
okay.
Bay, and before we had the title for it, I was like, me and Dave were like, we should just call it Mandalay Bay because we wrote it here at breakfast in Mandalay Bay. And then when the hook came around, Dodged a Bullet, I was like, yeah, we can't do that. Like that whole Jason Aldean concert would not be cool for this.
No, no, people might think it's more yacht rock. So I
For
like
real,
Dodged a Bullet's more
yeah.
saving Abel.
Yeah. But yeah, I wrote that with Dave. I'm pretty proud that we released that single live on stage at Rockville. We just gave it to the fans. Like we didn't put it
Amazing.
on
Yeah.
DSPs or nothing. We're like, here, take it. So yeah,
Amazing.
I don't really write about egos and BJs anymore. Honestly, it's more about motivation and inspiration, man.
I love it. So talk to me about touring. You guys are getting ready to go out and do shows and
Yep.
you've been doing some stuff. What is it like now being on stage compared to back then being on stage? Is there a greater appreciation?
Being complete transparent, I find myself explaining to these guys things that I don't have to simply because of the PTSD from the old situation I was in. Just for example, hey guys, please be nice to this guy. I really like him. He's my friend. Da, da, da. And then I go, wait, I don't have to tell these guys that, things like that. So getting ready for this upcoming tour, we've been rehearsing here at my house. Like I actually have the drum set in my living room, currently, right now in real time.
I love that.
We have rehearsal tonight, actually. But I was talking to Dave the other day, and I said, no matter, it's been a very long time, but no matter where I look in my life, no matter which way I turn my head, I'm excited about something. And I said, it's been a really long time since I've had that in my life.
That
Like,
has to feel so good though,
yeah, and
especially after 20 years
it makes you feel
almost of the
17
grind.
again. Yeah, it makes you feel young. It brings back passion. And it's been really cool to experience that for myself, but to also see it in these guys that I'm playing with. They're all Nashville musicians, and it's so funny because the biggest crowd they've ever played in front of in their entire life was Rockville, and that was our very first show
How
live.
were they? Were they nervous getting on
They were
stage?
they were nervous, but you couldn't tell it. I mean, I think there becomes like once you do something so often in life for a decade or even more, like it's just part of your natural, rhythm. And so being out there on stage and doing the stage performance and the singing and then playing their instruments, they did phenomenal. I felt so safe
Oh,
with
that's
that.
awesome.
Yeah, and to actually like 40,000 people it's amazing. It's like as far as your eye can see, but to actually be present and sober in the moment, to take time to look around and go, I feel safe with these guys, man. This is going to be all right, you know? It's a whole new feeling for me, which, in return, it makes me excited to get back out on tour again, Like, I feel as if I have a message or a destiny in life. Like my path is laid out. I know what I'm supposed to do in life. Just as I know that I have millions of red blood cells in my body. And that's to carry the message that I have, to bring the light to folks and to let them know that they are very valuable and worthy and that they do deserve a happy life and that they are capable of picking themselves up and going through the hard work and making the changes. And this is in result what you get back. I mean, the law of attraction is huge in my life. But saying all that, like it really makes me excited to get back out on the road and this whole new show we got. We're playing old Saving Abel songs for the first time ever. Like some of the songs I've never even played live before.
Wow.
So they're like new old Saving Abel songs.
That's awesome.
She Got Over Me is one of them. So that's off the very first album.
I love that song.
And it was written by the guitarist in Breaking Benjamin and Skid, our producer, back in the day. He was in a band called Copper first, but then he moved on. Yeah. So I've never really, played that song, but my drummer loves it. So we're going to end up doing that. And of course, we'll be playing the new stuff too. I'm really excited.
I'm so excited for you. And I'm excited for you because at this moment in your life, playing Rockville and going on tour and playing with this new band and these new musicians and two amazing singles and more to come with Keep Swinging and Dodge the Bullet, you deserve it. You deserve it.
Well, thanks. But for me, it's like the I am you, you are me theory. Like I try to keep my ego out of things. And just as you say that I deserve it, I want everybody to know that they too deserve a happy life. And it's totally capable because half the things I have, I feel as if I don't deserve. But they come up in my life, because I'm grateful for things. And I do the work. And I mean, it's just possible. Like you don't have to be where you're at if you're not happy. And you deserve it as well, Terry. I mean, god dang, look at us. Who'd have thought? Not me.
Who would have thought it? Well, that's why I wanted to have you on. Because I just knew it would be a great chat, not for just for you or for everybody else, but also for me.
Therapy for me.
Because I see where you are in your life, and I think it's a journey that other people may need to take. So that's why I wanted to have you on.
Well, we do write our own stories, right? And it took me so long. I got to the point in my life where I'm like, oh, well, this is the end of the story. Geez, it's going to be this forever. But it's like, no. If I'm writing the story, damn it, I'm going to be the hero in my story. And we just getting started, man.
We just getting started.
I just got my new cape. Nobody's asked how fast I can find it yet.
Have a great rehearsal tonight.
Thank you.
I cannot wait to see you when you're in my neck of the woods, the New York, New Jersey area. Cannot wait to see you. Say hi to the rest of the fam for me, the kids, the dog.
And hug the dog.
Give Nikki a kiss. You got another doggy.
I got a miniature sheepdog, basically. Sheep doodle. His name's Arlo. He's really cute.
I need to kiss Arlo. Hopefully I'll get to meet him and see him.
Yeah, but we'll be up in Jersey soon, so I'll get my wife out there. We'll go hang out or eat or adopt a dog. I don't know.
I love you. I love both of you so much, and I cannot thank you enough for being on with me. Best of luck with the new music. I will see you soon and kill it out on tour, my friend. I love you.
Thank you, Terry. I appreciate you letting me tell some of my story. Love you guys.
Don't forget to like this podcast and subscribe to the Carr Stereo page on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Rob Moorhead. TC and I will see you next time.